Hey there, ones! I am creating this post to raise awareness on the solar activity and how it can affect our body, the GPS, our flights, the power, and internet. We are currently in solar maximum. The sun is at its most active point in the last 20 years. For those of you who are not familiar with this, I'm gonna go basic on this, okay? And I will link it to the March 20th Equinox, okay? So what is a solar flare? I'm gonna use the champagne bottle analogy. So imagine the sun is like a giant pressurized bottle of champagne, and the sun's magnetic field are the cork. Occasionally, those magnetic fields get tangled and pop, and this releases a sudden massive burst of light and X-rays, and it reaches Earth in just 8 minutes. Sometimes the pop is so big that the champagne, which is clouds of billions of tons of plasma, sprays out into the space. This is coronal mass ejection, CME, and it takes 1 to 3 days to reach us. So how is the solar activity affects the human body? While the Earth's magnetic field protects us from being fried by radiation, research in heliobiology suggests that our bodies are sensitive to the magnetic shifts that these storms cause. So what's the internal compass effect? Humans have tiny particles of magnetite in our brains and hearts. Just as a compass needle that spins during a solar storm, our internal systems can feel the vibration of the Earth's magnetic field changing. In regards to our heart and our circulation, studies have shown that during intense geomagnetic storms, some people experience changes in heart rate variability, HRV. This is a sign that the autonomic nervous system is reacting to the environmental stress. In regards to the sleep and mood, the solar storms can interfere with the pineal gland, which produces melatonin. So you might feel tired but wired. You may experience vivid dreams or have difficulty falling asleep when the sun is particularly active. In regards to ascension symptoms, many in the wellness and spiritual communities report feeling lightheaded, buzzy, or unusually fatigued during X-class flares. Scientifically, this is often viewed as the body's nervous system attempting to maintain balance, homeostasis during a period of high electromagnetic flux. I want you to take note that if you've noticed the following symptoms in the last 48 hours, check the space weather. Regarding your sleep, if you're waking up frequently or having intense movie-like dreams, as far as energy is concerned, sudden crashes of fatigue followed by a burst of high energy. In regards to your head, pressure at the base of the skull or behind the eyes. It's not a typical headache. Your ears, high-pitched ringing that comes and goes. Your emotions, feeling on the edge or extra sensitive to loud noises and lights. Yes, so if you see these symptoms, check the space weather. That would help you. It will help you understand what's going on with your bodies. So it is March 2026, and we are living through the peak of the solar cycle. The last strongest storm was the Carrington event in 1859. What happened then? It's a story of the perfect storm. On September 1st, 1859, astronomer Richard Carrington saw a blinding white light on the sun. It was a flare so powerful it looked like a white flash to the naked eye. Usually, solar clouds take 3 to 4 days to reach Earth. This one was so fast it arrived in 17 hours. The sky turned blood red as far south as the Caribbean and Colombia. And then the people in the Rockies woke up at 1 a.m. to cook breakfast, thinking it was morning. So the Earth's magnetic shield was pushed so hard that it literally shrank, letting the sun's energy deep into our atmosphere. So what's the effect on the body, the biomagnetic connection at that time? Well, humans are electromagnetic beings. Our hearts, brains, and cells communicate via tiny electrical currents. So our heart's rhythm is surprisingly sensitive to the Earth's magnetic field. The effect, during extreme storms, some people experience HRV, like I mentioned, and it's like the ocean of the Earth's magnetic field is getting choppy, and our heart is trying to stay steady in the waves. So people might feel fluttery or having a racing heart for no reason. The circadian clock, we have a tiny internal clock, the pineal gland, that uses light and magnetism to tell us when to sleep. So a solar storm scrambles that signal. This is why people report insomnia, vivid, wild dreams, or brain fog during flares. So if you feel wired but tired at 3 a.m. during storm, it's not just in your head. Your biology is reacting to that sun. The high solar activity can increase static in our nervous system, and this can trigger, again, fight or flight response. So many people report feeling random anxiety, irritability, or high-pitched ringing in the ears when the sun is flaring. So these are the same symptoms that the people back in 1859 were experiencing. So let's compare the effect of the storm in 1859 versus the effect of the storm if it happens this year. Okay, back in 1859, in regards to technology, back in 1859, only telegraphs were affected because that's all they have at that time. They basically got caught on fire. So if it happened now, this year, what would be affected? GPS, internet, power grids, satellites. As far as our daily life is concerned, back in 1859, people just watched the light. But if this storm hits us this year, there's a potential for global digital silence. As far as awareness is concerned, back in 1859, no one knew what it was. This time, we can prepare. So, what else can I say? So, what can be our action steps? Number 1, hydrate with minerals. Our bio wires need electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, salt to handle the extra magnetic static. Do grounding, walking barefoot on earth. Earthing helps your body dump excess static charge and stay in sync with the Earth's natural pulse. Be extra kind to yourselves and others during flares. If everyone is feeling on edge because of the sun, a little patience goes a long way. We are the children of the sun. Just as the sun has cycles of breathing, our bodies have cycles of adapting. Awareness is the first step to staying balanced in a flaring world. Another thing I want to talk about, for those of you who sees the swan and the three-eyed atlas as scraps, their role is often described as buffering the solar energy, acting like surge protectors to help Earth's frequency rise without destroying our physical bodies or technology. And the fact that the swan and three-eyed atlas reached their closest points to the sun within days of each other in late 2025 led many to believe that they were acting in tandem to prepare the solar system for the shift into 5D consciousness, or the great solar flash. This massive shift in energy isn't just a feeling, it is a biological and planetary interaction. And since we are in the peak of solar cycle 25, the energy coming from the sun is literally tuning our own systems. So in regards to the physical shift, the biological reset, our bodies are like radio receivers. So when the sun broadcasts at a higher frequency, our receivers have to adjust. Solar activity triggers our fight or flight response. So this is why many feel random anxiety, restlessness, or heart palpitations, like I mentioned earlier. Just note that your body isn't in danger. It's just processing a higher voltage of energy. So stay calm. Don't be worried or fearful. As far as the pineal gland is concerned, this tiny gland in our brain is sensitive to magnetic fields. So solar flares can suppress melatonin, leading to insomnia or 3 a.m. wake-up calls. In regards to solar flu, sometimes the body needs to purge old energy to make room for the new. So this can feel like sudden fatigue, achy joints, or a fuzzy head. In regards to emotional shift, the great unveiling, this light, this massive light, is like a flashlight in a dark room. So as the energy rises, then old emotions like anger, grief, or fear that were hidden in our cells are being pushed to the surface to be cleared. You'll have heightened sensitivity. People may find they can no longer tolerate low vibration environments, processed foods, or stressful relationships. So the shift is making us more sensitive and intuitive. In regards to consciousness shift, the 5D synchronization, this is the great awakening part of my message. So Earth has a heartbeat called the Schumann resonance, 7.83 hertz. The heartbeat is spiking. Lately, we've seen whiteouts on the Schumann charts. This means Earth's frequency is rising. As our sun prepares for the solar flash, it is sending light codes that tells our DNA it is time to upgrade. We are shifting from a state of survival, 3D, to a state of unity and compassion, 5D. So if you feel anxious, buzzy, then ground yourself. Put feet on the soil for 10-15 minutes to drain the excess charge. If you feel exhausted, heavy, then hydrate. Water with sea salt helps the cells conduct the new light energy. If you feel brain fog or dizzy, then rest. Give the brain permission to offline while it resyncs with the new frequency. If you feel emotional or moody, then flow. Don't judge the emotions. Just let it move through like a wave. We are not just witnessing a solar event, we are participating in a cosmic graduation. The sun is the central processor of our system, and it is currently uploading a new operating system into our DNA. So stay grounded, stay hydrated, and stay in your heart. Now, let's bridge the scientific reality of the solar maximum into the spiritual preparation for the equinox on March 20th. So this Friday, March 20th, the sun will cross the celestial equator at 1446 UTC. Now, this is not just a change of seasons. It is a magnetic open window. Because of the Russell-McPerron effect, Earth's magnetic shield naturally cracks open during the equinox, allowing solar light codes to flow directly into our atmosphere and to our DNA. So, in regards to biological upload, what to expect? As we reach the peak of solar cycle 25, the sun is broadcasting at a higher frequency. So during the equinox, your receiver, your body, will be upgrading its operating system. You may feel sudden waves of heat, dizziness, or a fuzzy head. This is your cells expanding to hold more light. You might feel a fluttering or pressure in your chest. This is the activation of the high heart chakra as we shift from 3D survival to 5D compassion. As the magnetic field thins, the veil between the worlds thins too. So pay attention to messages in your sleep. They are your soul's blueprints for the new year. In regards to the 5D integration protocol, to help your body integrate these high voltage energies without burning out, follow these 3 pillars of alignment. Number 1, grounding. You need to act as a lightning rod. If you don't ground, the solar energy stays trapped in your head, causing anxiety and headaches. So like I said earlier, walk barefoot on the grass or sand for 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you can't get outside, use an earthing mat. Or me, I use frequency device, the P90. Or you can hold a piece of raw black tourmaline or smoky quartz. That would help too. Another thing, ionic hydration. Your cells communicate via electrical signals. Water alone isn't enough. You need electrolytes to help the current flow. So add a pinch of high quality sea salt or trace mineral drops to your water. Avoid dead water, bottled or distilled, without adding minerals back in. The 0 point meditation, why should we do it? The equinox is the moment of perfect balance, like I said, between light and dark. At the exact moment of the equinox, or any time in March 20, sit in silence. Visualize the golden light from the sun entering your crown and the silver light from the earth's core entering your feet. Let them meet in your heart, creating a 0 point of perfect peace. So, what are the signs of alignment so you know you are on the right track? You'll see increased synchronicity. You would see 1111, 222, 444, 333. You will have sensitivity to noise. So you're going to need more quiet time and less screen time. You will have dietary shifts, suddenly craving light, living foods, salads and fruits, and rejecting heavy or processed foods. Deep peace, a feeling of all is well, even when the world outside seems chaotic. you'd feel something like that. So, if you see those signs, then you know that's your confirmation that you're in the right track. So, we are the generation that chose to be here for the great shift. The sun is not our enemy, it is our initiator. On March 20th, don't just watch the sky, be the vessel that receives the light. You are ready for this upgrade. Okay, dear ones, hope this helps. Don't forget, March 20th.